Hey everybody, and welcome to Hodl and Shill. Today is day 14 of our Bitsgap follow along, and we're going to jump right in. So we are at a total sum profit here of $3,536, which equates to us being up 28.61%. Yesterday we were at $34.89, and we were at 28.34% in profit. So we are definitely up a little bit higher in profit, and we've made a total of $47 net profit here in the last 24 hours. Let's just go down the list and look, and I'm going to answer a couple questions from the comments as well that we've gotten. But let's start here with results. So Jasmine being number one. Jasmine looks like it is just primed for a run. Let's actually look at that chart here, and I'll zoom out. I don't know if you guys have heard the phrase when in doubt zoom out, but it's always really, really true. Okay, look, so we started Jasmine down here. We wrote it up all the way up, and it's come down, and here's what we want to look at. So we came all the way up here when Binance listed it. It dropped down, ran up, and now we're running flat, but this thing is primed for a move. I mean, it's just waiting to happen. You can see it between here and here. So let's just see what happens. We're going to leave it. We're at 83.07% profit, which equates to 1.66% a day for the last 1 month and 19 days. So really, really good, and definitely something that we'll continue on. Number two, we've got Elon, 75.65% total profit, 1.76% a day for the last 1 month and 12 days. And so that's actually done really, really well. If this is your first time here, our goal is to get this average daily to about 2% a day on these bots, just as a general rule of thumb, just for our growth. But being just under it is just fine too, and especially when you look at our 83% in profit for the month, 75% in profit for the month. Those are really good numbers. Okay, then we've got SHIB USDT, our Shiba. That's at 35%, so we're just under 1% a day here, but that's actually due for a nice run. You can see here, we had a nice little pop up here, and it's gone down. The whole market is kind of fluctuating right now. Everything's waiting on BTC, and then with all this new variant stuff, that's throwing everybody for a loop, and all the markets for a loop. So we'll see what happens here. But that's we're just waiting on a run for this. But 35% is definitely nothing to complain about. Then we've got our Avax, which is Avalanche. Avalanche is down 10%. This is in range, but this was actually down quite a bit more. So we're at 29% profit for the month. 14 days actually is what it's been running, and this is in our ideal range of 2%. XYO is 85% profit. So this is ideal. So when we talk about an ideal look of what we want, here's the chart. We are at 85% profit, 2% a day. We've actually done over 2%. So we're at 2.2% for 1 month and 8 days. I mean, look at this chart. So we started down here. We wrote it up. We've made money on the way up and the way down, and now sideways. So this is great. We're going to definitely leave it running. Bond, we talked about this one. This is not a really good performer right now. It's because it ran way up, and now it's trailed down, kind of running flat. This is a DeFi token. I do have some high hopes for it, so we're just going to see what happens with it. This is a learning curve. That's what this whole series is for. It's for all of us to learn together. If you guys can learn from my mistake, if this is a mistake, then we'll be all better for it. Okay, NTVRK, this is actually done really well, 14. So this started on the day of the day that we started this series. It's at 1% a day, 13.98% so far. So not terrible, not exactly where we want it to be, but definitely promising. Okay, we're not going to go through the entire list today just for the sake of time. You guys can always check the link below and see the bots performing at any given moment. And so we'll go there. I just want to highlight some things. But one of the things that I want to talk about is the contest. So the contest, we've done really well holding out. If you remember when we started this 14 days ago, we kind of hung around the 500 and 600 position range. And today we are at 363 out of 2,800. The pool has actually climbed up another little bit here at $38,110. We've got 13 days, 20 hours, and 18 minutes left. And I have some faith that if we continue to hold out, that we might be able to claim some of this prize pool. And if we can't, It's not a big deal. This is just, again, a learning curve. It's just a way for us to learn together and build as we grow, right? Okay, so very good on those. And let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's actually talk about this. Let's go here first. ARPA is one that we started 5 days ago. So we started this together. Look at this chart. I mean, this thing came all the way down here. It's due for a run. So, and that's exactly why I wanted to start it. Right now, with the way that Bitcoin's been behaving itself, nothing is just super steady. But look at this. I mean, this is due for a nice run, and that is exactly what we're waiting on. So 5 days, it's done nothing of what it should. We're only at 61 cents in profit. So this is definitely a dud right now. But as you follow along, I want you guys to watch. I have an idea that this is going to be really good. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and we'll see. Okay, I think that's what we're going to cover for today. One of the questions that I had was, why do we use a trailing down, a trailing up and trailing down all the time? And the reason why is because we'll go back to bots. Okay, so when you start a bot, the S bot, it says that it's good for sideways channel markets. That's because it has trailing up and trailing down. The classic bot is only, it says it's moderate risk reward profile. It's because it only trails up. So everybody has a different risk, a different level of risk that they want to take. For me personally, I like the idea of making money on the way down if the coin dips, as opposed to just only trailing up and riding it all the way up and then just staying flat. It's a little bit less risky that way. And so obviously with less risk comes, I'm probably leaving a little bit of profit on the upside, but I'm okay with that because I make money on the way up and down. And so a good example of that is this. I mean, look at Jasmy. I made money all the way up at this top right here, and look at what it did. I mean, it came all the way down to here, and I've still made money all the way up and down. So that is the reason why I choose to always do an S-bot and always enable the trailing up and trailing down. Now, in a bull market, obviously, if you're only trailing up, you're going to be clipping all of that profit on the way up. But there's always a chance that things will dip. There's always, nothing is up only and everything corrects. And so I rather just have the trailing up and down. It's a safety feature. I don't use stop loss, and I don't use take profit because I want these things to continue to run, and I watch them, throughout the day, and so there's not really a need for me to do that. Now, if I was only running a trailing up, I might consider a stop loss, and I might consider a take profit level. So that's another reason why. So I rather just let these things run, especially if we're doing like a series like this where we're just kind of all watching it together and testing things out. I just think that the risk factor for me is it's right at a comfort level where I'm at, and so I rather, like I said, I rather know that I can make money on the way down with that trailing down function, and be comfortable at 28% total, and not have to worry about things just going up only to make all that money. I hope that answers your question. I'm excited about the series. I know we're 14 days in. I am very thankful that I've been able to do this for 14 days straight. I'm proud that I've been able to do it for 14 days straight, and I'm proud for everybody that actually gets to see these videos. I hope that you enjoy them. I hope that you're learning with me. I would appreciate if you like the video, if you subscribe to the video and comment. I'd love to hear any thoughts that you have. It's been very, very cool to see many of you get started or just start a trial and get your feet wet. That's what this is all for. Just get in there and start. And so very, very exciting to see those results and see that kind of interaction. So stay tuned, keep watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.